Today we have been to a lake in the mountain here in the �𝗚𝗡𝗟 mountains in Ukraine. But I'm sitting here thinking about a much greater invention, one of the great wonders on Earth. I think it's the 8th wonder, and that's the German Autobahn. Can't stop thinking about how great invention the Autobahn is. And it was maybe a couple of months ago now since I drove for my first time on the Autobahn. We drove from Sweden and through Germany, and we drove on the Autobahn. In the beginning it felt like a regular highway, much like what we already have in Sweden, so it didn't feel that special. But soon I realized what the speed signs meant. Like there is this speed sign with lines across. That means that the speed has ceased. It's the end of the speed limit, and that sign we don't have in Sweden. And I read that then they have unlimited speed as long as you can control the vehicle. And we came out to a wider, where there were 3 lanes instead of only 2. And then we experienced a lot of fast cars, and most to the right, and there were trucks, so they were driving maybe 90 or 100 kilometers per hour. And cars, they were either in that one or in the middle one, driving maybe 140 kilometers per hour. And then if you wanted to be really fast, then you would be in the leftmost lane, and there it could be like 200 plus, so really fast. And I think the Autobahn is great for a number of reasons. One is that you can drive so quickly, obviously, so the country feels much smaller, that you can pass through so much area in such a quick time. So I think that connects the country better when you're able to travel across it so much more quick. I think it also makes the driving more exciting. Like I kept maybe around 140. It seems like that's where most people are driving around. But then like from time to time, or quite often sometimes, you have these really fast cars that are like, it felt like they were twice as fast as what we were. And I think that makes it more fun. You get to see a lot of cool and exciting cars while driving. And then maybe the main reason I think the Autobahn is such a great invention is that it feels more adult, to let people decide themselves the speed they feel comfortable with, instead of setting speed limit and then people will speed anyways, since it's maybe ridiculously slow, which it often is, I think, in Sweden. But with the Autobahn, or without any speed limit, then you let people decide themselves, and they can drive either fast or slow and decide it themselves. And I think that feels more mature than having some mandated speed limit. And I think Sweden would benefit a lot from having the Autobahn. In Sweden, our railway is so unreliable, so like you can never trust to reach a meeting or so in time. If you go by train, it might be cancelled last minute, or it might stop halfway, or it's this signal faults that are a problem all the time, and it's very unreliable. And if you're commuting by train, then that's also very frustrating for those who do that. So then it's much more reliable to take the car. If you need to be somewhere on time, like at work or a meeting or something, and then you should take a car if you want to be sure to get there on time. And then I think it would be smarter for Sweden to invest and build autobahns. So if the railway is so crap, then let people drive instead, and yeah, at least have a reliable method to travel across the country. And then Sweden is also so long, the country, and then we would really gain from being able to travel more quickly from yeah, the both ends of the country. Now it yeah, like even if with an autobahn it would take a very long time, but now it's such a long distance. It would at least help with having faster speeds during that distance. And yeah, so if you travel through Europe, I can highly recommend the Autobahn to try it. We drove from Sweden down to Austria, and yeah, from Denmark we came then into Germany and visited Berlin, and then drove south to Austria, and so we got to drive a lot through Germany, and it was very exciting. Driving for a couple of hours maybe, and then take a break at some of the rest places along one of the autobahns, and take a break from the rally that has been on the road, and then soon you will be back on and experience all fast cars. On the way back, when we had been in Italy and we came back, we drove first through France, and then we crossed a river, I believe it was, and then we came into Germany again. And you could immediately feel the difference from like the speed that was on the France side and the speed that was in the German side. I also thought it was a bit yeah, cooler, so that people still respect speed limits. So it's not all everywhere on the Autobahn that there is no speed limit. For instance, if there's a construction work, or maybe it would connect with another highway or so, that there is some crossings, then there would be a speed limit, maybe 100 kilometers per hour or something. And then people slow down and respect that for that section. And it was also fun then, so you're driving maybe 100 for a bit, and then eventually when that's over, and then comes that sign with the two lines that says that now the speed limit has ceased, and then like immediately cars start to speed up, and then and it's like a race that starts again with these 3 lanes or more sometimes, and then all cars start to speed up. So it was quite exciting, not like a regular highway that I'm used to from living in Sweden. So yeah, once again, if you're in Europe, in Germany, take a visit on the Autobahn and spend some time there. It's a great experience.